What's up, everybody? We back with another message, another video. Thank you to all my new subscribers and future new subscribers. You know we do nothing here without God because everything is spiritually led by God over here. We cover the world from a spiritual and physical aspect to get the raw, real, and uncut answers. So anything you hear, anything you see in these end times, may you test the spirits, aka take the words and visuals back to prayer with God, as there are many Decepticons running around in these end times sent from the enemy, had a strong, close, and personal relationship with God. Good, great, and awesome. All right, everybody, August 2nd, 2024 on a good old Friday word from the Lord here. Actually, a very stern word from the Lord. And this stemmed from just me wanting to show y'all an encounter that I had with the Lord, right? And I had a conversation with the Lord about this today. Basically saying, hey, I'm just going to be careful what I'm showing because a lot of people's faith isn't really quite at a certain level to understand, and they may take it the wrong way. But the Lord said, do not be afraid to show my glory and presence to the world. It is not a sin to show my glory. And I got to thinking, well, in the great pouring out of his spirit on all flesh, people are going to see the glory over his servants. People are going to see the light literally in your life. People are going to be getting healed without being touched. You walk in a room because God's presence is on a person, everybody healed. Stuff like that. We don't even know to the degree that this stuff will happen. So I had to really process that. I'm like, well, I'm just getting a precursor of you showing that because of my faith. And I'm going to fully embrace that. I don't care how people feel about that. It's not my fault if somebody's faith is not where it needs to be to see it. I've got my faith there. I've worked hard in my journey, put the consistency in. Why not fully show it and enjoy it with the Lord without caring about that, So he straightened me out on that. So I'm going to show y'all the images, and then he gave a pretty stern word. So we're going to have to talk about that. But this first image here was what I first noticed. And it reminded me of that stone of jasper and sardius stone in Revelation 4:2-4. That's what it reminded me of. And then the second image here, I kind of noticed a little bit, but then when I looked at it and I was in the dark looking at it, I was like, wait a minute. That's a sword with a green kind of jewel on it. And that's a sword in purple. And above it is Revelation 4:2-4, where it kind of describes that jasper and sardius stone like it's like a stone looking thing in appearance. When Jesus called up John, and I'm going to read it, Revelation 4:2-4, immediately I was in the spirit, and behold, a throne set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. And he who sat there was like a jasper and sardius stone in appearance. And I was like, wait, oh my gosh, that's like the Lord holding a sword. I was tripping out. I was like, wow, that is really cool. Because he was explaining some things to me in regards to what I had been seeing over and over and over and over. Literally, y'all, all day yesterday, about 7, almost 8 times, I literally saw people getting pulled over. And they would literally be in the vicinity where I'm at. Like, the Lord literally told me 2 times where to go. And I saw somebody freshly getting pulled over, like the sirens just coming on, and the person's getting pulled over where he told me to go. I'm like, and I had no choice but to drive past it. I'm like, dude, something is really coming. Police cars for justice. Like, this stuff is about to get ugly, and the Lord is going to put his hand on it. So these last 2 images I just want to show y'all real quick. They are so symbolic because I see the Lord's presence behind me. It's kind of like the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit all in the car. The Spirit of the Lord behind me. Ain't that something? I thought that was extremely cool. And the sword, by the way. Yes, we got to talk about the sword real quick. It reminded me of Psalms 7:12. Now, the Lord don't want me to read it, but y'all can read it. But that's what it's reminding me of. And that's going to lead me to the message he just kind of hit me with today in regards to what he's about to do. This is what the Lord had to say. Many of you believe in a false reality. Many of you have proceeded to come against me. As I have stated, I am a just judge/God. You will not get away with your unjust actions towards my servants. You are fools to defy the one who gave and brings you life. Many of you monitor my servant with ill intent. I have seen your every action. I have heard your every thought. I have shown your every intent. The fire in my hands shall burn the very image you portray to my people. And I literally see a fire in his hands and like a picture and him burning like these individuals' pictures. Like the image literally they're trying to portray, or Satan through a person. So this is ranging from all the way in these mega churches to platforms on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever it may be. The interesting thing about a platform, and he said this to me before, if your face and name and videos get erased, it is just a number on a page/screen. It is a transfer of responsibility. So he's saying, if nothing was there to identify you, name, face, videos, and it was just a number on the screen, that's just a number of people, you know, that the Lord can send to somebody who's doing correct. And that's what he's saying. The number, the popularity, it doesn't matter to boost people's egos, you know, or people just trying to tickle ears with words. That doesn't mean anything. He can erase your whole identity or existence on earth for future people to never know who you were. And those numbers of responsibility can be given to others that will do right. That's what he's saying. And I told y'all this before, this last part here, this is actually the command to the angel he sent. So he says this: one by one, with every lie, shall the edge of his fiery sword reveal truth. So he told me after he gave his words, I can say a little something, and this is what I'm going to say. I am the type of individual that walks by faith. I'm talking very strong faith in this day to day. I don't just have the words the Father gives. I also have something to show from it, from my faith. Do y'all understand? He always comes through for me because of my faith and obedience. A rainbow in the sky is one thing, but this, you can't make this up. God comes in with the fire, and I'm not afraid of a little smoke, and I never have been, from Satan himself, who tried to kill me, and he couldn't. So people better understand that God is an author that is not of confusion, right? And he isn't the spirit of fear, but he don't play games. If you haven't read the Old Testament, you better read it, because he didn't play, and he still doesn't today, because he never changes. So with him being an author today, see, Moses and them didn't know about the Red Sea. They had to live it. You understand? They had to live it. The 10 Commandments had to be written and made. The stuff we're reading today. As an author, God is writing the life that you're living for him. You understand? He has the plan for your life that he has. He's all knowing, but it's up to you to walk accordingly. Here's the story today that's about to be written. You have a watchman yelling at the top of a mountain. It is a trap from Satan. It is a trap from Satan. It is captivity from Satan. You have the people who decided to choose mammon, greed, popularity, fame, and the delusion that they live in their lives over the truth. as the watchmen continue to yell from the top of the mountain. But in the distance, miles away, a seeable cloud coming. But people refuse to turn and see it. The truth, the cloud of truth. And that cloud is about to come through, and many people's demise with it. So here's the thing. See, there's not going to be an excuse as to why stuff happens. And over here, there is no excuse, as everybody should test the spirits. There aren't just words, but God gives me things to show from it. He stamps this channel. But people, they're going to do what they're going to do, just like they're going to do when God really starts pouring out on earth as it is in heaven. They're going to do what they're going to do. But there ain't going to be no excuse. Because whatever's about to happen, this is about to be an ugly story that's written. So don't be on the end of those who got slain by the hand of God for disobedience. It would be better to be a part of the group that went out and did things during the amazing pouring out of God's Spirit on all flesh. A lot of people have put their mouth on God. The Lord has put me on many assignments throughout this entire time so far of Sammy B for the Light. He got me started, but he spoke about a lot of people on these platforms. And a lot of people lashed out. They had a lot to say, and they was putting their mouth on God. So if y'all want to keep acting a certain way and moving on your very day and same routines and acting like God ain't speaking to you, okay. Then you might as well go ahead and say goodbye to your family. For some of you, you might as well sign your death certificate and all the other things. Get it all prepared. Because you're not going to be here too much longer for putting your mouth on God. Ain't nobody ever lived that put their mouth on God. Some people, are going to learn lessons, very harsh ones. But the people on these platforms, they're going to get treated like a leader would that's supposed to be serving God fully. And he is not light on those that put themselves on these platforms and start parading and doing this crazy stuff. Or people who don't want to listen and do their own things. Everybody's about to see, truly. Peace and blessings, and I will catch y'all in the next one.